Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm talking about my favorite TV shows and movies of 2018. So I have a total of 9 favorite TV shows and 3 of them are like new TV shows that I had not seen before and the rest are like returning favorites. And then I have 4 favorite movies. So I'm just going to go through the TV shows first. And a lot of them I'm not really going to talk much about because I've talked a lot about them in my wrap-ups throughout the year and all of that. And I feel like, I don't know, a lot of them you guys know of, so. And I do have them in order, so I think I'm going to start with number 1 and then we'll go to number 9 for TV shows, and then I'll share my favorite movies after. But I will put a timestamp down below if you just care about the movies. I'll put that down below so you can watch either one or both. Alright, so let's get on to my favorite TV shows of 2018. Coming in at number 1 is A Discovery of Witches. So this technically is not out, well, by the time this video goes up, it'll be out in Canada and US on Shudder and Sundance Now, I think. But it did air in the UK in 2018. In September it aired. And I found a way to watch it because I could not wait. And I am still obsessed with the show. I love it so much. So this is actually an adaptation of Deborah Harkness's A Discovery of Witches book. And I love that trilogy so much, the All Souls trilogy. So when I found out that this was becoming a TV show, I was very excited, but also very nervous. And then watching it now, I'm just so obsessed with it. I love it so much, and it's just such a beautiful, unique TV show. And if you love paranormal, insta-lovey, like romance TV shows, I highly recommend it. It kind of has a blend of like Vampire Diaries meets Twilight. Like, it's very, yeah, that's how I would describe it, but more like adultish, kind of like Outlander-ish, I guess. I just highly recommend it. You can stream it on Shudder and Sundance Now, I think. Yeah, I love this show so much. So basically it just follows a historian professor, I think, is what she is. She has grown up with witches in her family and doesn't really have any like special abilities or anything like that. And then suddenly they start like appearing and she starts like having magical abilities and she's very like confused because she's like an adult and she doesn't know like where it's coming from. And then she meets this mysterious guy named Matthew Claremont, and it's just such a good show. I highly recommend it, especially if you love romancy TV shows. Highly recommend. I love it so much. Coming in at number 2 is Mayans on FX. This is a spinoff of Sons of Anarchy, which I have never fully watched. I think I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Sons of Anarchy and then never continued. I do plan to continue eventually, but I couldn't wait. I wanted to watch Mayans and I really enjoyed the show. It's action-packed, it is very like thrilling, and it kind of like stresses me out a little bit because I'm just like so nervous all the time when I'm watching it. Like, it keeps me on the edge of my seat. So yeah, this takes place several years after the ending of Sons of Anarchy, and this follows a different motorcycle club named the Mayans, and they're dealing with the Mexican cartel and all of that. There's lots of drama and secrets, and it's very entertaining, and I highly recommend it. And if you haven't watched Sons of Anarchy, like, I still recommend it. I think it still stands on its own. You don't have to watch one before the other, so yeah, I highly recommend it. I cannot wait for season 2. Very excited. Coming in at number 3 is The Punisher season 1, which is on Netflix, and this obviously came out back in like 2017. I put it off for so long and I finally watched it because I wanted to catch up on all the Marvel shows before Daredevil season 3 came out, so I had to catch up, and The Punisher was the one that I had to catch up on, and I loved it so much. It was so action-packed and just so freaking great. And I cannot wait for season 2. By the time this video goes up, I think season 2 will already be out. But This show is just so great, and it's just something different, and I'm not big into comics or anything like that, but I still really, really enjoyed the show. And I mean, I loved Frank in Daredevil, so when it was announced that he was getting his own show, like, I knew I had to watch it at some point. So very, very glad I finally did it. Great season. Cannot wait for season 2. And then I have like some returning favorites, which I'm not really going to go much into detail because it's just like the latest season. So at number 4 we have Daredevil season 3, which was probably my least favorite season, but I still really, really loved it, and I'm so sad we're not getting any more. I mean, I've talked about it before in an On Topic video, how devastated I am that we're not getting any more, but I love this show so much. Season 3 was still really, really great. I do love the way it ended though. I think even though it was canceled, I think they ended it very, very well. And, you know, I just wish we would have got more, obviously. And that's just that. But season 3 was great. Loved it. Coming in at number 5 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 5. I think it's like season 5B. Because you get like the second half in 2018. So that second half definitely was my favorite. Loved it. This show just always gets better and better. And I love it so much. It's so funny. And I'm so internally grateful that NBC renewed it and that we're getting more. I'm just so happy. I love this show so much. Season 5 was great. I cried at Jake and Amy's wedding, and it was just so emotional, and I just really love this show. And if you have not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine yet, what are you doing? Like, go watch it. It's so funny and just such a breath of fresh air. Coming in at number 6 is Sense8 season 2 episode 12, which was like the 2-hour finale that we got. The finale wasn't the greatest. Like, there was stuff missing, and I felt like obviously it was rushed because they just wanted to finish the story, which I totally understand. But, you know, it wasn't perfect, but I think I just loved the character so much and all of that it just made me emotional. Like, I cried so much. I like got like a headache. Like, I was so emotional in the entire episode. I just cried the whole time. I'm so grateful that Netflix was like, okay, we'll give you guys like a 2-hour finale, which I'm so happy about because it just, you know, it finally wrapped up the story. Even though it wasn't perfect, I'm still really happy that they wrapped it up. Number 7 is Schitt's Creek season 4. This show is just so ridiculously weird, and I just love it. It is so funny and important and so different and unique. I mean, it's a Canadian show. I just see like all of the Canadian themes in it and all of the like Canada inspired stuff, and like some of the humor is even like very Canadian, and I'm like, oh my god, like this just makes me so happy. Kind of stupid funny, but like it's not, it's such a unique humor, I feel like. But I love this show so much. I'm so happy we are getting more. Coming in at number 8 is The Royals season 4. This was the final season. It got canceled, unfortunately. This was on E. Season 4 was great. I really wish we would have got like another couple episodes to just kind of finish out the story, but obviously not. I mean, it was canceled, so, you know, a real bummer. Yeah, this show was kind of like a mix of like reality TV, but like scripted, and it was just so addictive and so good. Even though it was canceled, I still highly recommend that you watch it. Like, I think like all 4 seasons are just really, really great and addictive, and I really love this show. I'm so sad it's over, and you know, it's a real bummer. And then coming in at number 9 is Orphan Black season 5. So season 5 actually aired in 2017, and then I watched it like a year later. So I watched it in 2018 and finally finished the show. It took me like a whole year to like finally finish it, and I cried. I was a mess the entire season, and I thought it just ended perfectly, you know, although some things were not perfect. The rest ended very, very well, and I'm so sad it's over, but I think if they would have done more than 5 seasons, like, it just would have been a mess. I'm happy it ended after 5 seasons because I think it was just like this perfect amount of seasons and episodes that it just made sense. So I'm really, really happy that they didn't go above that, because they totally probably could have went for like 7, 8 seasons. So I'm glad they stopped at 5. You know, it's one of my favorite TV shows. I highly recommend it if you are into sci-fi shows. So good. The acting, oh, perfect. So perfect. If you're wondering who my favorite clones are, it's probably Helena. She's probably my favorite. So those are all my favorite TV shows for 2018. Now on to my favorite movies of 2018. I didn't actually watch that many movies in 2018, which is something I kind of feel bad about, but I just wasn't really in a movie watching mood, and a lot of movies I did want to watch, I just didn't get around to doing. So I just didn't watch a lot of movies in 2018. That's why there's only like 4 on this list. So I'm gonna do from number 1 to number 4. So coming in at number 1, which is my favorite movie of 2018, 50 Shades Freed. Sometimes I forget that this came out literally at the beginning of 2018. Like it seems, I mean, it's been a year almost, but it seems so long ago, and I just loved this. I thought it was the perfect conclusion to the trilogy. It was just so perfect. I loved it so much. The acting got better, the storytelling got better. It's just such a sentimental movie to me, which is really ridiculous because of the subject matter, but I was just part of this journey since the beginning. Like I saw all 3 movies the night of. I like reacted to both of the trailers on my channel, and I reviewed both, like movie 2 and movie 3, both on my channel, and I just have so much sentimental feelings towards this, and I just can't believe it's over. Yeah, I mean, I still watch these movies over and over again. They're like my Twilight, kind of, like, even though I still love Twilight, but they're like, you know, I don't know. It's like the same sentiment to me as like Twilight. These are how I feel about that. Anyways, yeah, this is my favorite movie of 2018. My second favorite movie of 2018 was The Kissing Booth. And I know this is super controversial because that movie has its issues. That movie is not perfect. It's not the best movie in the world, but I loved it. Like there was just something about it that I loved. I think it just reminded me of like all the romance novels that I read. Like it was so cute, yet like awkward and cringy, but yet I loved it. I loved it so much. Yeah, I just, there was something about it I really, really enjoyed. I don't know. Coming in at number 3 is To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which is also on Netflix. I love the books by Jenny Han, so I was really hesitant about this adaptation, and I didn't actually watch it until like a couple days later. And I really loved it. I thought it was cute. I thought it captured the entire book in like the cute, fuzzy, sweet vibe of the whole book. I really loved it. I thought the casting was perfect. Overall, it was a really great adaptation, and I cannot wait for the second movie. And coming in at number 4 is Afterburn Aftershock, which is on Passionflix, and this I just really loved. I gave it like 4 stars, so it wasn't, you know, the best movie in the world, but I mean, for what it is, I really enjoyed it. And as an adaptation from the book by Sylvia Day, I thought it was a great adaptation. It captured the importance of the book, or like the main part of the book, and it took out like the unnecessary stuff. But overall, I just thought it was a really, really great adaptation, and I really liked it, and I probably will rewatch it at some point because I really did enjoy it. I think, you know, the actors were great, and, you know, it was a decent movie and one of my favorites of 2018. So those were all my favorite TV shows and movies of 2018. Let me know what TV shows or movies that you loved in 2018, or if you have some that I definitely do need to watch ASAP, please let me know, because I feel like I'm behind on a lot of movies and TV shows. So if you do have some recommendations for me, please leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!